Hi everyone, welcome back once again to Simio's English Learning Channel. Today we're talking about prefixes and suffixes. Knowing the meaning of prefixes and suffixes can sometimes help you guess the meaning of a word you may not be that familiar with, so they are well worth looking at. So we'll start with some prefixes, and we'll start with pre. Pre means before, something that happens first or before. So a preview, we watched the preview of a movie before it was released. So this is very common. A movie trailer is a preview of a movie that hasn't come out yet, so you can see it before it's released. Preschool, my sister attends preschool, right? That's the school before you start your regular school. Predict, it's hard to predict the weather accurately. Or prehistoric. Dinosaurs lived in prehistoric times, before our history. Prevent. We need to prevent the spread of the virus, right? So stop it before it happens. Premature. The baby was born prematurely, like too early. Prepare. I need to prepare for my exams, right? I need to study before the exam. Another common prefix is un. Now, un means not, or the opposite of. For example, unhappy, right? She is not happy, right? She was unhappy with her test results. Unfair. It was unfair to blame him for the mistake, so it was not fair. Unfit. The bike is unfit for rough terrain, meaning it's not suitable for riding. Unkind. It was unkind of him to say that. Unlock, she unlocked the door with her key. Unnecessary, the extra work was unnecessary, meaning not necessary. Unfinished, right? The project is still unfinished. It's not finished yet. And unknown, the author's identity remains unknown, meaning it is not known, we don't know it. Another common prefix is re, meaning again. So we'll get sad if our teacher asks us to rewrite something. Your teacher might say, please rewrite your essay to correct the mistakes, right? So they want you to write it again. Replay, let's replay the last level of the game. Let's do it again. Return, I need to return this book to the library, right? Rebuild, they decided to rebuild their house after the fire. Build it again. Revisit, we should revisit this idea later. Now, this is very useful, especially at work, when maybe you're in a meeting and you don't have time to talk about this right now. To revisit means you're going to go back, you'll talk about it later. All right, another prefix, dis, D-I-S, meaning not or the opposite of. So we have many ways to say not or opposite of, but some common examples of dis would be dislike. I dislike waking up early, right? I do not like it. Disappear. The magician made the rabbit disappear. So the opposite of appear. Disagree. We often disagree on the best way to solve a problem. Disapprove. Her parents disapprove of her decision, right? They don't approve. Distrust. They began to distrust the new manager. They don't trust him or her. Disobey. Children sometimes disobey their parents. All right, I'm going to have a look here. We also have another prefix, miss, M-I-S. And this one refers to something that's wrong or done badly. For example, misunderstand. I misunderstood the instructions and did the wrong thing, right? So I was wrong, I didn't understand them. Or misplaced. I often misplace my keys, right? I do something badly, I put them in the different place every time, I'm always losing them. Miscalculate. We miscalculated the total cost of the project and now we're in big trouble. Mislead. He tried to mislead the police. So basically tell them the wrong information. Misuse. Do not misuse the company resources. So meaning don't take advantage of maybe you're taking supplies home that are meant for the office or using things incorrectly. All right, now I'm going to skip ahead to some common suffixes. So one that is problematic for many students is when to use able or ible. For example, manageable, comfortable, accessible, convertible, right? They sound the same, but using them, a lot of it will be depending on where the word came from. Did it start in Latin? But that's not very helpful for students these days. It's very tricky to try to research where things came from. But we'll have a look at the most common ones that hopefully if you get these right, that will help you a lot, at least to get started. So we'll start with the ones that use able, meaning capable of, fit for, or worthy of being. So manageable, the task was manageable. I'm capable of managing it. Comfortable, this chair is very comfortable. It's good, right? Acceptable, the results were acceptable. They were fit, they were worthy, they were good. Remarkable, her performance was remarkable, meaning it was very great. And then we have some super common ones like enjoyable, the movie was very enjoyable, avoidable, the accident was avoidable. Maybe the person was on their phone and so they weren't paying attention, so it could have been avoided. If we have a look at some words ending in ible, some common examples would be, well, accessible. The building is accessible to everyone, or compatible. These devices are compatible. We often talk about this in relationships, whether people are compatible. Do they go well together? All right, now English also has some words ending in ious, meaning full of, or it's characterized by this. So some examples, curious. She's very curious about the world, right? She has a lot of interest. She's full of interest. Mysterious. The old house is mysterious. It's full of mystery and unknown things. Furious. He was furious when he found out, meaning full of fury, full of anger. Anxious. She felt very anxious, like full of anxiety and very nervous before the test. And the last one I'll have a quick look at is full, F-U-L, meaning full of. So beautiful, the scenery was beautiful, meaning full of beauty. We also have joyful, helpful, careful, painful, peaceful, thankful, powerful, fearful, and cheerful. So there are many prefixes and many suffixes that we could be talking about, but today we focused on some of the most common ones, and hopefully if you can remember the meanings, it can help you in those times where you're trying to work out the meaning of the full word that maybe you're not 100% sure about, but sometimes knowing what the beginning or the end of the word can help you work it out. Keep practicing and we'll see you next time.